Hello everyone, welcome to our Timeless Oracle reading. Our Oracle card for today belongs to The Whispers of the Ocean Oracle by Angela Hartfield. The card for today is entitled Back on Task. The card's message is quite similar to the phrase back on track. Back on task, back on track. Sometimes we start a project well, or we start a chapter wonderfully well, and we were on fire and everything seems to be falling into place and we were in our top form. Everything we produce or everything we create were excellent, and people notice it and they give affirmation to what you are doing. What you were doing was really making a difference, not only in the environment around you, but also to the people who are affected by this project that you have done. So the environment is benefiting, you are benefiting, and the people also are around you are also benefiting from the project. Now, sometimes what happens is after a certain period of time, something happens and suddenly the movement forward slows down, and what was very clear for you before suddenly becomes unclear. The fire that you had within somehow suddenly dwindles down, and you seem to have lost the momentum. Well, when such moments comes, maybe there's a need for you to take a pause, to re-examine your situation, or to re-examine what you have started doing or what you have been working on. So when moments seems to be, when a certain project starts to slow down, or a certain inspiration starts to lose its attraction towards you, there's a need for you to take a pause and try to do some fine-tuning. It can be that you might need to refocus yourself. Maybe you might have lost touch of the actual goal or the first intention why you started the project. Sometimes what happens is along the way we lose track of the reason why we started the project, and when we lose the reason for the project, we lose the inspiration to move forward. We lose the ability to continue amidst the trials. Sometimes the difficulty of the challenges we encounter in reaching towards the goal makes us forget the goal. So sometimes we need to take a pause and try to refocus ourselves. What is the reason why we started the project? To refocus ourselves to the goal of why that project came about. Another thing maybe is the technique that we've been using. It can be that the process that we've been using was very effective at the start, but now that you are halfway through or maybe midway through, there might be a need for you to change the strategy, to modify the approach, because the situation has also have changed. If before you had a lot of challenges, maybe now the challenges are lesser, so you need to change the approach so that you will continue to be on fire. So another opportunity for you to take a pause and fine-tune. So changing the strategy can be another one. Or it can be that after you started the project, new doors opened and new interests come. So for some of us, there might be already a change of direction. That the project that used to set you on fire is no longer the one that sets you on fire, and something new opened up, and this is the one that attracts your attention. So maybe you need again to take a pause to try to see, should you continue with the same project, or should you entrust it to somebody who is still on fire and who understands the beginnings of the project? Maybe you need to already entrust it to somebody to continue the project and for you to begin a new endeavor that sets you on fire. So it can be also, for some of us, there will be a transition change or a career change, a transition to another project. So it can be also a career change, and it's time for you to entrust it to other people to continue the project so that what you have started will still benefit other people. So again, you need to stop for a while and fine tune. So the important thing is every once in a while there is a need for us to put ourselves back on track so that we can continue to work with zeal, to be on fire. So somehow the message of back on task is taking a pause, re-examining everything, your goals, your techniques, and maybe your direction, and to do the necessary fine-tuning or necessary changes so that you will again be back on track, again be on fire, and continue living life to the full. So being back on task requires some every once in a while occasional pause in order to refocus ourselves. And with that, with the refocus, another part of it also is maybe replenish the energy that we have lost along the way. So sometimes also we need to take some time to take a pause, to rest and to recover what energy we have lost or recover whatever inspiration we have lost. So these are things that we need to consider so that we can constantly somehow go back on track and to continue by going back on the task. Now, also always be open to consider whether there might be a need for you to change course. So these are also things that you need to consider along the way. Now, let us try to read from the handbook that accompanies this card so that we can gain more insights regarding back on task. Be sure you are using your time in the best possible manner. You might consider reviewing your goals, your schedule, or a project you are working on. All could use some fine-tuning. You may benefit from reorganizing. Initially, getting organized takes some time, but once you have put things in place, you will find life becomes more efficient. Look at restructuring your routine, your commitments, or your home or work environment. Yes, it's true. Sometimes we need to again rearrange our environment to make it still conducive and inspiring for us to work. Okay, let's continue. Approach your life, activities, and goals in a methodical manner, and you will find you will feel less overwhelmed and anxious. You may feel more in control of your day-to-day activities. The belief of not having enough time is a limiting thought pattern. Reframe your thinking to include the idea that you have more than enough time. Fine-tune how you approach your day. Try to anticipate what you will need prior to needing it. So sometimes anticipating things also makes it easier for us to constantly go back on task. Let's continue. Utilize the evening hours to your benefit. You may find you are able to think more clearly with less distractions and interruptions than during the day. Use the nighttime to prepare for the next day. You will be able to share any epiphanies with others after you are able to develop them. The squid is nocturnal, and it sustains itself by finding what is hidden. The squid teaches greater adaptability in situations and the value of concealment until the moment is right. You may need to bring balance to your life and focus on your emotions. Look at how you are using your time. If you want to feel more accomplished and fulfilled, adjust your habits and routines. Waking up 5 minutes earlier or limiting the amount of time you spend on social media can really make a difference in creating the space for you to complete more of what you desire. So a constant fine-tuning or a regular fine-tuning is important for us to constantly be effective and to somehow get ourselves back on task. If, for example, we discover a certain slowing down in our journey towards the achievement of our goals. Now, I hope this has helped you right now. This oracle reading has helped you. If you are encountering a little bit some backlog in what you are aiming to achieve, maybe there's a need for you to take a pause to fine-tune things or re-examine things so that you can get back on task. Well, that's it for today. Thank you for the likes and comments you've given to the channel. Thank you for subscribing. I look forward to seeing you again in our next videos. Until that time, may God continue to bless your ways.